I've made up my mind. I'm going to get a shotgun license.
I don't think that's very wise, Leslie. Your eyes aren't what they used to be.
Well, I have my eyes closed when I press the trigger, so it won't make much difference, really.
But what do you want a gun for? Oh, are you and Audrey going through one of your rough patches?
No. It's nothing to do. It's intruders. Intruders. I'm allowed to shoot intruders now, aren't I? I mean, under the guidelines.
Yes, you are. But you must make sure that your actions are what? Proportionate and not excessive.
Oh, well. I don't understand that. I mean, how can you shoot somebody proportionately? You're supposed to make the bullet come out slower if there are mitigating circumstances.
Have you had many intruders? Because you were pretty quiet.
No, I haven't had any intruders. Oh. None at all, in fact. No. But I will. I mean, I know I will.
Do you know who they are?
Oh, yeah, I know exactly who they are. They're canvassers, you know, political... The general election is going to be an absolute nightmare.
But you can't shoot them, Leslie. They're part of the democratic process.
I'm not having it. Look, last time there was the council elections, yes. I was in bed asleep, see, and in the middle of the night, and I heard this terrible noise.
Audrey?
No. It wasn't Audrey, or the plumbing, or Audrey's plumbing, and it was... I didn't know what it was. I crept downstairs, you know, carrying one of Audrey's training weights, and I opened the door, and below me it was a Liberal Democrat, a chap from... This is 3 o'clock in the morning. And you said, do I want to discuss their policy on paternity leave? I mean, I'm 72 years old.
I know. But the thing is, Leslie, in order to make an informed choice, you have to listen to the audience. And I don't think you realise what powers you have.
Well, I mean, they don't take any notice of old people now.
Nonsense. It's the grey vote. It's you and me, Leslie. And that's why Gordon Brown grovelled so much to us in the budget.
Well, it could have grovelled. I could have grovelled a bit more for my liking.
What? Well, look, he gave us a rebate on our council tax for 1 year only, and it happened to be an election year. I mean, bloody hell, why didn't he put it in a box, wrap it up in ribbon, and write a bribe on it?
But... You're saying this, as it were, demonstrates, you know, how important we are, is it?
Well, yes, and much more now, because unlike most other people like you and me actually go out and vote.
Yes, well, we are public spirited, aren't we?
Well, we are.
Yes.
And also, we don't have anything else to do.
No.
No. And that's why we've been targeted more than we've ever been by the political parties.
That'll make it worse. There'll be even more canvassers coming round and disturbing. And what's the point of it? We know what they're going to say before they start. The Labour Party will say, what law would you like passed? Any law?
Yes.
What can we frighten you with now? That's what they'll say.
That.
And the Tories will just say, is anybody in here with a medical condition?
Well, I mean, don't turn your nose up at that. You could be famous for a whole day. It's people power. I mean, think of Audrey's bladder.
Oh, God, don't. Audrey's bladder has been hanging over our heads for a year. The hospital won't give us an appointment for the operation.
Well, you'll use that as a lever.
Really?
You see, Audrey's bladder could be another Mrs. Dixon's shoulder.
Well, how?
How? Well, some political party is going to get hold of Audrey's bladder and run with it. And one morning you'll wake up and find it all over the front page of the Daily Telegraph. It could be a cause célèbre. You know, the Battle of Audrey's bladder.
Well, the last thing I want is for Audrey's bladder to turn into a political football.
But, I mean, this is our opportunity, Leslie. I mean, you know, we can be the power brokers in the next Parliament.
No, they'll just say, as soon as the election's over, they'll forget about us. They'll say these people are going to be dead soon.
No. That isn't right. What? Because science, I read this in the Saga magazine.
Yeah?
Yes, I did. Science is on the brink of being able to make us all immortal.
Oh, no, they'll never do that. They'll
No,
never do that.
it's happening already. I mean, there's some rich men, businessmen in America, who are having themselves frozen after they die, so that when science comes along with the answer, they can be brought back to life.
Really?
Yes. I mean, sometimes they freeze the whole body, and sometimes they just freeze the head.
The head?
Just the head.
So what happens? The head wakes up in 100 years' time and says,
Yes.
I'm just going to nip down to the post office.
Well,
I mean, how does he do it?
well, I suppose they'll roll. No, that's not very likely, is it?
No,
really,
it's not
on the
very
face of
likely,
it?
no.
Because in 100 years' time, there probably won't be a post office.
That's probably... but it...
I mean, there hardly is one now.
Hardly is one now,
hardly.
no. But I mean, there's not going to be much of a social life if you're just a head, is it?
Well,
I mean, I can't imagine me just as a head picking up some old lady and saying, would you like to go down to the Lyceum for a spot of, you know, Strictly ballroom? It would look ludicrous.
Yes.
The tango, the only bit of the tango I could do would be that bit. And then my hat would fall off, you know.
That's true. But on the other hand, the old lady who'll pick up, she might be a head as well. It's
Yes.
more than likely.
Yes, it
You'll
is, I
get
think.
on like a house on fire. Because two heads are better than none at all.
No, but you know, I mean, I don't know whether I can face living for... You know, the idea of getting up for hundreds of years cleaning my teeth every morning, I couldn't stand it. And in any case, you know, we're old people, we're set in our ways. We wake up, we wouldn't know where we were. Everything would have changed so much in 100 years' time.
Well, some things won't have changed. I mean, Gordon Brown will still be Chancellor.